Hello, everyone. My name is Katie Cleary. I'm a program manager for Magic, and I am here minutes after their wonderful presentation for MUSD, excuse me. I have one of our lovely mentor-mentee pairs, Sanvayi and Juhi. Sanvayi, can you just introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Sanvayi R. I'm in 7th grade and Rancho Milpitas Middle.
Wonderful, thank you. And Juhi, can you just go ahead and introduce yourself as well?
Yeah, hello, I'm Juhi B. I'm a Magic mentor and I'm also a software engineer at Microsoft in Seattle.
Well, thank you so much. So Sanvay, can you just tell us a little bit about your project and what made you choose that for your project?
So I have two projects. One project is a tic-tac-toe game in Python, and another project is a memory game, which is also in Python, but that's using graphics. So why I chose the tic-tac-toe project was I was just starting out with Python, learning it from scratch, and I wanted to just test out my skills, see if I can do it, and that was pretty fun. And then the second project, the memory game, I wanted to learn something new about Python, so I was learning about the UIs and the graphics. So that's why I chose those two projects.
Great. And it was really interesting to see the games that you had built. Would you consider the tic-tac-toe game and the memory game, I know they were two separate projects, but was the tic-tac-toe game kind of like a building block towards you learning how to do the memory game?
Yes, although there were two different games, the tic-tac-toe game just helped me understand Python, and the memory game was just expanding my knowledge even more. So since I did the tic-tac-toe game, I kind of had an idea of how to make the memory game. So it was kind of like a building block.
I mean, just during your presentation, you made it seem like it was so simple. I'm not someone who has a background in coding, and so I really appreciated that you were able to break down the concepts. But again, you made it sound so, you explained it so smoothly, but is there something that along the process that maybe you found difficult or didn't understand right away?
So in the tic-tac-toe game, there were multiple challenging parts. So one, I had to keep on debugging the code because there were obviously many errors in it. So that was frustrating, but it helped me, to not make that mistake again. So one of the problems was like the logic for how the computer should respond. So like at first when I put in my place on the grid, the computer didn't even respond back. So that's kind of boring. So I had to learn how to make sure the computer works and responds so the game can get going. And for the memory game, the hard part was like when the user clicks the card, they could click it as many times as they wanted to, and they could unclick it and do whatever, maybe cheat. So we didn't want that to happen. So we tried to do a timeout. So once you click the second card, you can see it, but then you can't click another card. But that wasn't working out. So we just figured out a new way. But at the end, it was a pretty great result.
Yeah, I completely agree. Both games were a completely wonderful result. And so it was like I've mentioned already, it was just really great to watch your presentation. And so, those lessons that you've learned, both tangible and working on a project, and, working with a mentor, how will you carry those forward, next year in 8th grade, high school? How will you carry those lessons forward?
Since I worked with Juhi this school year, I do want to continue something like doing magic next year or something like that, because I like the experience. And since I learned about coding, I want to keep that with me through high school and beyond. I like that. And since I learned how to like make a few games, now I think I can like use that and make something even more complicated. And like have a lot of fun doing that.
Oh, well, great. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Juhi, can you just tell us a little bit about what it was like to work with Sanvayi this school year?
Yeah, I had one of my best experiences with Magic, mentoring Sanvay. She's very diligent, and sometimes when like she had some homework to do and like the Code Academy website didn't load or like there were some issues, like she would go above and beyond and do some extra stuff. Like, okay, if that website didn't load, maybe I'll just read some, I don't know, cheat sheet about it that I found online. That was very nice. Like it showed me that she was actually very interested in the project and she was very dedicated to learn Python and create like a really good project. And usually I've seen like folks would be like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna like make one game about it and like the computer will just fill in like the logic. But Sanvay was like, no, I want to make it a 3 difficulty level game where the player can pick like how difficult the computer response would be, which was really great. Like it's the first time I'm seeing someone who's thinking so deeply about their project.
Mhm. Wonderful. And as a returning mentor, what keeps you coming back year after year?
I just really love seeing all the creative and fun ideas that everyone has in their projects. Like it's always a learning experience for me too, because technology is growing so fast. There's never a place where I can be like, yeah, I know everything. So it's really great for me to work on projects like every year and just learn with whoever I'm mentoring.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's seeing the creativity and where everyone kind of takes this one concept of working together with a mentor to create a project and just seeing where the creativity takes them as a program manager. That's been my favorite part as well. I've So I love that that's what keeps you coming back. Um, so this question is one and the same for both of you. But so, if you ran into someone who was interested either in mentoring or becoming a mentee and they weren't really sure, what's something that you would tell them about either your experience or the magic program that would make them maybe more interested in joining? So Juhi, if you want to answer first, maybe. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I've actually referred quite a few of my colleagues to join Magic as mentors, and I always tell them about my experience, and I give some examples of the projects I've worked on, or the project that my mentees have worked on, and I always tell them how fun it is for me. It's not even, it doesn't feel like work or like mentoring or something really formal. It's actually a lot of fun for me, so I just talk about my experience.
Mhm. Wonderful. Thank you.
If someone was deciding to become a magic mentee, I would tell them how fun it is and how my experience it really was like really exciting and do all this cool stuff with coding and making the game. So I would tell them to join because you can explore and do your own things and like connect with something that you would like to do. Yeah, that's what I tell them.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, I don't think we can get a better mentor endorsement and mentee endorsement than that right there. So thank you both so much for taking the time to speak with me this evening, especially literally right after your presentation. Just congratulations again on such a wonderful project and school year. And I can't wait to see what you do next.
Yeah, congrats, Sanvay. That was a great project and you did a lot of good work.
Mhm.
Thank you.